Clan versus clan tournament starting tomorrow. This is a great thing for the Ruel Fusion. I have a couple of tips for you guys to help you get more rewards in there to make your life a little bit easier for this fusion. So let's jump right in. Let's first start with a quick recap and updated plan, but before we get to even that, a quick reminder that I will be streaming tonight on Twitch at 7:30 Eastern time. Make sure you join in for the fun, but also for a giveaway, either gems or an account. I'm not too sure, but there is usually something to give away. As for my recap, yesterday was all about finishing the Champion Chase tournament. If you guys watched yesterday's video, I did eventually change my strategy and went all in to finish in first place. I literally spent all the void shards I had on my account. I even did a fusion of Broadma at the last second. I got one more void shard from the Doom Tower, ended up using that as well, which gave me plenty of points to finish in first place and some 6-star legendary gear. That was the whole concept of getting better rewards. Then we continued working on the Fire Night tournament, which I'm not quite done, but obviously I will finish this today as I had planned. And as for the rest, well, today we have a Dungeon Divers event that just started, so we will slowly work on that. As for the champion training event, I went much further than I anticipated because I pretty much knew I was going to finish first place in the Champion Chase tournament, or at least second. Therefore, it means I can skip the champion training tournament. So effectively, it means I might as well push a little bit more here because now there's some really valuable rewards at the end. I don't know if I'll go all the way to the end, but that is sort of the plan for today and tomorrow. Basically, actually today. This is the only time that I have left to try and get all of these rewards. I could pay gems or spend gems to get here, and it might be worth it, so I'll consider that. But now on to the plan, which obviously has changed a little bit for me because I was able to get that extra 5 fragments from the Champion Chase tournament, and then the Champion Training event, which I completed as well. So today on the 17th, the only thing we really have to do is to finish that Fire Night tournament. And again, I am farming stage 20. I'll get back to that in a second. And then as of tomorrow, we're gonna have the Ice Golem tournament start, but also a clan versus clan. All right, so today will be a little bit more about preparing for tomorrow because there are a couple of things you should know to get there. All right, also quickly going back to the drop rates, I do want to mention this again. I did say best affinity, and I think that also, as you will see in a second, for the clan versus clan tournament, they made it in a way so that stage 25 might still be more valuable than the other stages. All right, so stage 24 is the best value. Perhaps you want to do 20 if you're doing fusions, or even as low as 16 if you're not quite there yet for the fusions, but there is a good reason to do stage 25, which leads me to the 8 following tips. Starting with the champion objectives, which you do not want to touch tomorrow. You want to wait until the second day of the tournament to start upgrading your champions because it will line up with the champion training tournament. All right, so tomorrow do not touch that unless, of course, you want to do, for instance, the skills or the Great Hall bonuses that will not impact the tournament. Secondly, the campaign objectives, we usually don't touch that. Potion objectives, neither. Minotaur, not that much. Dragon, Ice Golem, Fire Knight, and Spider. Obviously, tomorrow there's going to be the Ice Golem tournament, and if you look at the value of each run, for example, the Dragon objectives, doing 20 to 24 is 40 points. 25, 75 points, almost double the value in a tournament, but it gets even better, for instance, in the Ice Golem tournament, 16 to 19, only 30 points. 20 to 24, 100, 25, 150 points. All right, so if you can farm that Ice Golem 25 during that tournament, yes, you're getting less points, but if you can afford to do it, you're getting more tournament points in here, which will lead to better milestone rewards. Let's also take a second to talk about the Fire Night, for example, where stages 16 to 19 are a little bit more valuable than the Ice Golem, but then for 20 to 24 and 25, it's kind of the same thing, and same thing for the Spider. It's 50 on the 16 to 19, whereas the Ice Golem is only 30. Thirdly, the faction war objectives. If you guys did not know that by now, if you are able to do stage 21, it will count for 2,000 points each run. Definitely try and do this if you can. Obviously, if you cannot, do your best in here, but do not skip the faction war objectives. Not only do you really need the glyphs for the missions, which I'll also get back to in a second, it is very valuable in this tournament. Next up, for the arena objectives, you do want to be able to do as many tag arena battles as you can. Also the regular fights, but the tag arena objectives are worth a lot for each battle. battle. So basically you have 3 per run, you have a ton of tokens. So this is really good. Actually, sorry, it's the gold bars. For every gold bar you get, it's worth 5 points. As you can imagine, you are getting a ton per fight, especially if you're in tier 3 or 4. I did sacrifice my tier recently to drop down because I've been farming easier teams, and I'll get back to this again in today's video, for the tag arena mission to defeat 500 champions in tag team arena offense. So a huge shout out to all the players who have been leaving still teams like, basically, can we find one right here? Like this right here. Even this is good. I've been doing it myself. I'm putting just a bunch of easy champions in there to help other players progress that mission. Tip number 5, clan boss chests. You do not want to grab them until after the tournament has started. I remember that the first one, there was a gap, and so a lot of players, perhaps they forgot about this, or maybe you don't know. You kind of go in, you start the game, you grab your chest, you do your first clan boss runs, and then you realize the clan versus clan tournament has not even started, right? So you're going to lose out on a couple of points. Tip number 6, gear objectives. Do not rank up your gear until later on the second day once again, because it is going to have the artifact enhancement event start on the 19th. All right, so hold off on doing that. And kind of the same thing here with the next tip for the forge objective. Sorry, do not craft any gear until the second day for the artifact enhancement event, where you can generate some silver, clean it up at the same time, rank it up to 8, sell it, generate more points. Of course, you can start crafting before and you can manage everything the next day. I just like to do everything in one go. And finally, last tip, or tip number 8, miscellaneous objectives here, spending gems. All right, so if you're one of those that is going to pay 800 gems for all masteries, which I have done a couple of times, I admit it, right? Then this is a good time to do it. If you don't want to farm those masteries and instead you just want to spend those 800 gems, you're going to get a lot of points for doing this. So let's say there's a couple of champions you're looking to do, then this again is a great time to do it. So the whole purpose here, guys, is to help you get more milestone rewards, because in here is, for example, energy, chickens. You also have some shards, and you have some clan boss keys. You have a void shard later on, more void shards. Of course, I'm in tier 6, so it's a little bit different as you go lower in tiers. But the point is, you can also get really good gear, rare gear, extremely rare gear. For me to get 6-star legendary savage gear, this represents a ton of energy farming the Fire Knight, and I still barely have enough for like a full set of legendary savage gear on my account of useful pieces, right? So every time this comes around, you want to be sure you pull your own weight. I think you need to reach about 180,000 points, right, per members, or each member, for you to reach all those points in the milestone rewards. Of course, there are some that are going to end up spending a little bit more than others, but you want to pull your own weight. Don't be one of those that just doesn't really try. And as for the competitive aspect of this, though, I don't really care. Either I get a ring or not, or whatever, then that is what it is. But I'm not going to spend more. Instead, I just want to focus on trying to get the free-to-play stuff. So I think it's important that you guys plan accordingly for this. And because we have the Ruel Fusion at the same time, you want to be sure you try and line up everything so that you don't screw yourself for the fusion of Ruel. All right, guys, so there you have it, a quick rundown of what to prepare for tomorrow for Ruel. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later.